what you want to feel with the other Marines in your platoon who have gone through it.
Former Marine Rafael Calderon was one of those pinned that day, yet he defends it. To him, the Gold Wings are a symbol of pride.
How could inflicting that kind of pain have any purpose?
This is where civilians never going to understand the Marine Corps or our little club.
You're saying to me that if you're not a Gold Winger...
If you're not a Gold Winger, you have no room to talk.
And if you don't go through that ceremony, what does that say about you?
I don't know what it says.
That you're a coward? That
no, it says...
You don't have the guts to...
Maybe it says that. Maybe it says, hey, you don't have the guts to go through what I did.
The Gold Wing ceremony is far different from any other Marine Corps tradition.
This is going to hurt a little bit.
But its rituals date back years. Since Vietnam, hundreds of Marines may have gone through it.
It's going down.
Listen to this tape made in 1993 as a Marine describes the tradition for a man he's about to pin.
What was told to me was, once your wings are pinned on you, only another Gold Winger can actually touch your wings.
For 45 minutes, drinking Marines do nothing but cause pain. They taunt him.
What we're going to do now, we're going to take a pause here, and we're going to put some barbs on it, like a fishing hook.
So it don't fall out so easy.
They even bite him, lifting him right off the floor.
What's going on over here in the crowd, people?
They form a human ram, slamming their victim's chest as hard as they can. And when it's over, with his own blood on the floor, the young Marine is forced to guzzle beer until he vomits.
That videotape does not depict the Marine Corps that I was in for 20 years.
Walter Bansley may know as much about hazing in the Marine Corps as anyone. As a former Marine Corps lawyer, his real-life story led to the movie A Few Good Men.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth!
Lawyer Tom Cruise seeks justice against the Marines for allowing a hazing. Cruise's character was based largely on Walt Bansley. We asked for his reaction to the videotape.
It demonstrates a sickness on their part as far as I'm concerned. I don't know how a Marine in a position of authority over subordinate Marines could find it enjoyable and laugh and have fun when they're brutalizing and demeaning their subordinates.
Bansley says what he sees happening on this tape is a strict violation of Marine Corps rules and possibly the law. Those participating could potentially be court-martialed.
This is risky to someone who wants to spend their life in the Marine Corps.
An extreme risk.
Did you realize at the time that it was against the rules?
Well, it could as well been against the bureaucracy rules.
There's a second set of rules in the Marines?
Well, there's this rules set by former Marines. Like I said, this is a secret ceremony.
For a few good men.
Exactly.
There's probably no fear because nobody's been caught.
Major General Jack Klimp is the head of Marine Corps recruiting, the point man on policies against hazing. We showed General Klimp the videotape.
General, your reaction to the tape?
How do you respond to something like that? You know, the words degrading, demeaning come to mind. Hazing, I don't think any of those fit and fully describe what was on that screen there.
At what point, for you, did this cross the line?
It crossed the line when you first turned the tape on. I mean, that's gone beyond simple hazing and has gone into near brutality.
But where were the men in charge? The very people who should have stopped this ceremony. Incredibly, some of them not only knew what was happening, they were right here inside the room participating. Nearly all of these men were sergeants, non-commissioned officers. This man, a staff sergeant. And the bars on the collar of this Marine signify a commissioned officer, a first lieutenant.
When an officer, a leader, does that, they forfeit their moral authority to lead. And they shouldn't be leading in the United States Marine Corps.
But it turns out the first lieutenant in this video is not the only officer who knows something about the Gold Wing ceremony. That's right. General Klimp himself earned his Gold Wings decades ago, but says he was never pinned because his commanding officer had a strict policy against hazing.
And he said, Jack, no pinning ceremonies.
But some people in the Marine Corps have been doing that ever since you got that message. It just seems hard to believe that the leadership didn't figure this out a long time ago.
We recognized that we had that kind of a problem in the Marine Corps. We've recognized it for some time. We know these things happen, and when we become aware of them, we will go after them. Because America expects better than that from their Marine Corps, and by golly, we're going to give it to them.
General Klimt told Dateline the Marines are not only investigating hazing, but also implementing tough new programs. For the last 2 years, extensive training on values and leadership has been mandatory for every Marine, an ongoing policy designed to stamp out hazing.
You know, human nature is human nature. As good as we are and as good as we're going to be, we won't get the message to everybody.
But you have to wonder if anyone has gotten the message. Think how little fear of punishment there must have been if officers not only took part, but allowed these barbaric rituals to be videotaped. Some former Marines say they believe the gold wing ceremony continues to this day. Tony Hilliard has covered his physical scar with a tattoo, but the ceremony left him angry. Like other gold wingers, he would have his shot at pinning someone else.
How did you do it?
Violently.
Just like what we saw happen to you.
Just like you saw what happened to me.
That violent.
That violent.
Why?
It's my turn now. That's basically what it is.
Tradition is the blood of the Marine Corps. Rituals run through its veins. But for a small group of elite Marines, the code of silence is now broken.
People are going to be talking about this and saying how stupid, and I understand their opinion, and I'm smiling because I can't believe it's on Dateline.
The secret's out.
The secret's out.
This afternoon, newly confirmed Defense Secretary William Cohen held his first news conference. A main topic, this Dateline investigation.
This form of activity is simply unacceptable, and that those who indulge or engage in this activity will have consequences that will have to be paid.
Marine Corps criminal investigators have identified 26 of the Marines who allegedly participated in the ceremonies. They know 9 are still on active duty and are still looking for the others. We'll keep you posted.